welcome or welcome back. So today's video is all about Premier Parfait and Parfait XL. Super excited for this video. It's something that I love these yarns. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't used the XL very much, but I was super excited to use it. I was just very nervous because I have so many of these unanswered questions, and I turned to YouTube, and honestly, they didn't really answer the questions that I had. So, just to name a few questions. I don't know if you're in the same boat as me, but I tend to stick to the same yarns, and I don't venture out too far. I have been using Parfait for over a year. I just tried the XL. I just had so many questions before I really dove into it, and I went to YouTube. I searched the internet far and wide, and I had no answers. So I decided just to make a video for whoever else has questions like I do. So my main questions were, I created a plushie using one pattern for both yarns. How much bigger is it going to be? Also, do I have to make any, is the pattern going to work, or do I have to alter the pattern? What size hook do I use? How much yarn am I going to need? Am I going to need more yarn? Or, what am I going to need? So those questions will be answered in this video. And guys, y'all want to stay to the end of the video because I have a bonus tip for Parfait yarn. All right, so without further ado, let's get started. This is the regular chunky bear, and here is the XL. So same pattern. I made no adjustment. So I did sew the arms on a little different. I thought I was going to make them hold something, and I decided not to. So they are very much the same, little different. However, if I was going to do it again, I think I actually would make two minor adjustments, and I would move the nose up just a little bit higher, and I might move actually all of this just up a little tiny, just one row up, and then put the eyes right here, because I just don't like that when he's sitting down, he just looks like a sad bear. I don't like that. So, that's just something little. Still worked, but I would do that just little tiny adjustment. Now let's get into the yarns. Okay, so I'm just going to show you. I have no full skeins of this, so I'm just going to show you the paper. For the XL, you get 87 yards. And for my little bear pattern, I think I would say I used about 100 yards. So I obviously had to order 2 of these. So altogether I did do 3, but that's just because I like having a contrast color to kind of add a little something. Is the yardage the same or different? And you do have to order more XL, but that's only because you get a smaller skein. I would say that you typically use the same amount of yarn, no matter what size yarn you're using, when it comes to your pattern. So with the regular chunky Parfait, you get 131 yards, that's a pretty good amount, which is why I love this yarn. And you can easily just order a whole lot of colors, and that's what I love about it. Now the hook size. For the regular chunky Parfait, it recommends using an 8mm hook, and I did use a 6. So I feel like for a plushie, generally, if you're going to make plushie opposed to something else, you do want to go down 2 hook sizes, and that proved to be the case with this yarn. With the XL, it recommends using an 11.5mm hook, and I know they probably have a 9.5. I don't have a 9.5. So I used a 9, and it was perfect. I loved it. I have no complaint. My stitches were tight, and it still has a lot of squishiness still in here. It's not hard or anything. So I love what I used. So last thing before we get into our bonus tip. I don't know if you know of this, but most chenille yarns are notorious for shedding. So Parfait, obviously, it's going to shed and I don't want to say a little, it's medium to a lot of shedding. For me, that's not a deal breaker. I started using this, it was a disaster, like a huge mess. It looks like something it went off and it just poofed everywhere. But I would say, I think my crocheting skill has improved. I don't really have that much of a mess, only if when I'm sewing my pieces together or I'm cutting it. Always when I'm cutting it. Yeah, that's gonna go with here, but this is not a deal breaker for me because I love the color variety. I have nothing but amazing things to say about this yarn. So you get a little size comparison going. So there we go. So we got the small and then we got the bigger one. All right, so we got the smaller Parfait chunky and we got the bigger chunky. So, yep. I have seen the one at Michael's, the loops and threads, bigger than this, which is very interesting. I don't have any, I used to have it. But that's the difference. When it comes to shedding for this one, I noticed a lot less of it. Like, the shedding was pretty much whenever I go to cut it and sew it in. That was the only time I really shed anything off of it. I was really impressed. I actually had a really good time crocheting using this yarn. It was really fun because it was so big and I don't know, I enjoyed it. So I put it on sale over this weekend. And unfortunately, I don't think I'm gonna put the video out in time to inform you all if you didn't know that it was on sale. And I did order so much more of this just because I just loved it. I wish I ordered a lot more and I would have made a blanket or something because this is just so soft. So I can't wait. And now finally, the bonus tip. It is kind of how to organize it a little bit better for those that have an inventory and you need certain shades. I found these little chart things at Hobby Lobby and I've been writing the names on it because, okay, I don't have even half of mine on here. I have another one somewhere in this room somewhere over on the other side. A lot of the pink yarns look nearly the same. Actually, there are a few even new ones that look like the old ones. So I would like to know what I'm ordering. I have, I don't know how many hot pink shades over here and they're all different. So I would like to know, I know bubblegum has been literally one of my favorites, but I have a bright pink and there's very berry and there's all these other ones that looks very close to it. So I just want to know exactly what I want to order. So that's my bonus tip. I love this. I don't want to open up my new skeins just to add it to here. Once I do open them, I do plan to add way more. Has been definitely one of my favorite hacks I've done. And then especially when it comes to pairing your colors together, like I would use these two together. That's nice. I would use these two together. You can just put them together and see if you like the combo. So this is, that's my, so look at those three colors. Those are perfect together. I can make a turtle. This looks very boho. My little boho colors. This would make like a gorgeous blanket. I love that. Not that I would make a blanket out of this yarn. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed this video. This bear pattern is available in my Etsy shop that will be listed below. So that's pretty much all I have for you today. I hope you found this video helpful and I hope it answered some of your questions about the XL. Mine, for the most part, was just like the size comparison. I'm like a very visual person. So I was excited to use it because I know it's supposed to make your little plushies like so much bigger, but like I just wanted to know how big can I expect? So I mean, my little tiny bear is just so small anyway, so I can't imagine if it was like a medium size and then I had to order, you know, a boatload of the bigger yarn to make a giant one. So I don't know, maybe that's on my horizon. Thanks for watching and happy crocheting.